Hey, what's up, traders? Here is our watch list for tomorrow. We're going to jump right into it. Number one, without a doubt, will be Roku. So I'm moving this to the daily chart time frame. Kind of a big, massive cup and then handle formation here, which also looks like a bull flag formation that it broke out of last week on really high volume. So at the moment, Roku is trading not far off from the all-time highs at 486, and then just above that is the whole number 500 overhead. I'm going to move into the 5-minute chart time frame though, and I want to show you kind of based on where we are trading at now up to that 486 price point. There is about a 2.47% profit margin there that's available for us to take. So I'm looking to take advantage of Roku over 475 tomorrow, provided that it doesn't gap up. So that's going to be my plan. I'm looking to take Roku long over 475 for the run up close to 486. I don't know that this continues up following this larger move, but it does look like at some point this week that this will make a move to test 486. I mean, a move like this with such high volume, there's just so much conviction in this type of move that it really would surprise me to not see Roku push up to test 486. So I don't know if there's going to be a pullback tomorrow or if this just continues straight up. But if there is some sort of pullback, I would expect probably 460 to validate as a support. So that's going to be my conditions for Roku, for taking the trade on Roku long tomorrow, is that 460 needs to validate as support or hold up, and I'm looking to take it long over 475. Now, these levels that I'm giving right now, they can change, and in fact, they likely do change in the morning or by the morning, given the overnight moves that the market makes. So just use these as kind of guidance points for now, and then keep an eye out for the exact trigger levels being posted on the watch list. Number two is mRNA, Moderna. This is moving back to the daily chart time frame. This stock last week was giving us some crazy moves, $20 plus moves, both up, and down. All right, so there's a lot of opportunity to be taken here. It's still pushing up into highs. It's trading just under the $350 whole number. So we are looking for this stock to continue to the top side. Be careful if you're trading this one, because these drops right here, these full retracements all the way back down, I mean, those are pretty hefty drops. You don't want to be caught in something like this. So just make sure that you're managing your position size accordingly, and taking profits when they're offered. Yeah, I mean, look, this big move and then the full retracement back down is pretty wild stuff, but it's been super fun to trade. There's been a lot of opportunity that's been offered in this stock, both to the long side and to the short side. So we're looking for a break of 350 on mRNA tomorrow to see if we can get a continuation play into the highs. Number three on the watch list for tomorrow is going to be PayPal, PYPL. So this setup reminds me a lot of or a lot like Roku, where it has like a massive cup and handle formation forming on the daily chart time frame. The main difference though with PayPal and like a lot of these other names is that while PayPal is trading at the all-time highs, it hasn't really had a huge volume breakout day. So I'm watching to see if we get some sort of move leading up into earnings that gives us that larger volume breakout. So it'll be a long idea over 310 as it stands right now. So long over 310 on PayPal for the move up into the highs. We really want to see some larger volume come into this name and give us that confirmation push over the highs. For this to be valid, it needs to hold up over 305. Right, so hold up over 305, long over 310, and hopefully we get some conviction in this move. The the next 4 stocks, well, actually 5, will be, these will be side charts for us. And I'll determine in the morning which one makes the main chart versus which one makes the side chart. So Snapchat, of course, very simple analysis here. We're just looking for a continuation following this earnings pump. So big pump up, or big gap up rather, on the earnings report, and then push up into the highs. So if this decides to continue, we can look to take it long over 79 or 79.18, depending on how specific you want to be. So along with that, I'm also going to include Facebook, which is nearly the exact same setup, right? The gap up and then the run into the highs. But the only difference is that Facebook hasn't announced earnings yet. So it was kind of like a sympathy run for the social media sector. A lot of these kind of social media stocks are up. Pinterest was another one that kind of followed suit. Twitter actually not so much. It did push up, but it's not big green like some of these other names. So I'm going to include both Facebook and Snapchat. But however, you don't need to trade both of them. It's kind of like, just pick one or the other, because they are similar sector. They are showing literally the same setup, a gap up into all-time highs. The main difference is just the price points that they're trading at. So if you have a smaller account balance, maybe you would prefer to trade something like Snapchat if those contracts are more in your range. And if you have a larger account balance, you might prefer to trade something like Facebook, where you don't pay as much in commissions because you have more expensive contracts. All right, so the choice is yours. For Facebook, we'd just be looking for a break over 375.5 or 375. I don't think that 33 cents will matter too much. Okay, Apple is going to be a true side chart. I actually don't know if I'm going to include this on the watch list yet or not. It's going to depend on where this opens up at. I don't personally plan to take a trade on Apple unless it breaks 150 or until it breaks 150. So I'm just mentioning it now because we would be really dumb to not take a look at this setup and watch it for the rest of the week. Right? Earnings is coming up. We know that. It's been breaking out of this ascending triangle. We knew that. It's been pushing into highs. We knew that. We want to make sure that we're keeping tabs on this. All right? So it'll be a long idea over 150, but I don't know that we get that move tomorrow or not. So if it opens up near 150, yeah, without a doubt, going on the watch list, let's keep an eye on it. If it opens up maybe a little lower, maybe sub 147 or 146, well, then I might say I'm not going to put it on the watch list, but that doesn't mean that this is not a stock that we will not continue to watch. We're going to watch this all week, just in case we get that 150 break prior to earnings. I've got 2 more for you. DKNG. This one is pushed up to this 200 EMA, which is that blue line, and that 50 EMA, which is that green dotted line. A lot of things happening here. We've also got a downtrend where it's been making lower highs each time, so it's trading right at that price point. And we've got the whole number, $50 here as well. So a break of $50 would give us a reclaim of the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA, and it would give us a break of this downward trend line, and it would give us a break of the $50 whole number. Meaning that the trend on DKNG is likely reversing at this time, and we could see a larger run to the top side. Now, we won't have confirmation that that's happening until we get a break of probably $53, and it puts in a higher high instead of a lower high. But if it breaks 50, it should hold 50. All right? It should hold it as support. So DKNG, this one is feeling like it's losing a little bit of momentum up here, but it's holding up. It tested $50 and rejected, of course, right? That's kind of expected given this recent run that it's made. So I want to see it hold up in this area, and we'll look to take it long over 50, maybe not tomorrow, but later this week, so long as it holds up in this $48 to $50 range. The last one I want to bring to your attention is Amazon. We have mentioned this one quite a few times. So in the weekly chart time frame, this is a range between 2,900 and 3,500. support, resistance, support, resistance. You get the point, right? Broke out of the resistance here, pulled back to perfectly test it as a support, and I mean perfectly, like to the T, right? 3,500, bam, one touch and go. Big rebound off that 3,500 level. I'm looking for this move up to continue up from here. So your all-time high is going to be your next logical point of resistance or area of resistance. But this move up that it's making now can still be traded on the way up. So we'll be watching this one over 36.75 going into tomorrow. All right, so just a quick recap. ROKU, mRNA, PYPL, Snapchat, Facebook, Apple, DKNG, and Amazon all have potential to make the watch list for tomorrow. This is my trading plan. These are the stocks that I plan on trading or taking a trade on. And I will only be trading them if the plan I have created, if the stock moves in accordance with the plan that I have created here. All right, so thank you for your time. I hope that the video has helped you out. If it has, push that like button for me. Show some love. Thank you so much. I'll see you in chat tomorrow morning. Take care.